I'm just making sure that I'm set up so everyone can see me. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Ortenburger, and I am a trauma therapist and a trauma-informed yoga instructor and yoga therapist in training. So today we're going to do a yin practice. You do not have to have props. For yin practices, the props make it a little bit easier to hold the postures for longer because we're holding things from anywhere from 2 to about 4 minutes. So this is a trauma-informed practice, which means that at any time, if you need to take a completely different posture, please, that is not only encouraged, but highly cherished if you do so. So I will give you lots of options. This is about having a practice of choice and finding safety and stability in the body, in your body, moment to moment. So if you need to move dynamically in and out rather than holding a static posture, I will also be cueing that, but know that that's an option. If things become too much or there's some pinching and there's pain, please feel free to move into in and out dynamically of the posture or take something totally different. So we are going to start by lying on our backs just to ground into your space. So again, if for whatever reason lying flat on your back is not comfortable, or if it doesn't feel safe for you, please find a resting position that feels supportive of you wherever you are. So if you are lying on your back, you can extend your legs long, or if you have achiness in the low back, you can bend the knees, planting the feet on the mat. You can always knock the knees together if that feels better for you. And your hand placement is up to you, so you can have your palms facing up or down, or anywhere on your body that feels supportive, grounding, and just allows you to settle into your space. Your eyes can be closed as we begin to check in with the body and the breath, or they can be open or softly gazed. Simply bringing yourself to this space for the next hour, allowing yourself to settle in, noticing the weight of your body against your mat or wherever you are. And maybe starting with a gentle scan of the body. So starting with the tips of the toes, bringing awareness through the legs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the hands, your shoulders. Noticing your neck and your head resting on your mat. And you can simply notice the sensations of the body, or if you want to start to bring awareness by tensing and releasing, you can simply squeeze the toes or wiggle the toes. And then on the exhale, allow the feet to relax, the toes to relax. So again, inhaling, maybe tensing the toes or squeezing the feet. And on the exhale, allowing the feet to release, to relax. And then moving to the calves, maybe pointing the feet to engage the calf muscles on the inhale. And on the exhale, allowing the calves to release and the feet to relax. So again, you can point the toes, just noticing the sensations of the calves. And then as you exhale, allowing the feet to relax, the calves to release. And then moving up the body to the quads, maybe engaging your quad muscles on the inhale. And on the exhale, releasing and letting go. So inhale, finding engagement through the quads. And then exhaling, allowing the body to release and let go. Moving up the body, simply noticing the base of support in the hips. Maybe moving in a way that allows you to find just a little more comfort in your body, even just 5%. Or you can remain as you are. And then you can begin to open and close the fists. So noticing the sensations as you inhale and tighten the fists. And then as you exhale, allowing the hands to release. So inhale, closing the fists, noticing the sensation. And then exhale, releasing, letting go. And you can move your shoulders intentionally up to the ears on the inhale. And then on the exhale, allow the shoulders to release on the floor, just noticing the difference of tension and release. Again, on the inhale, the shoulders can come up to the ears. And exhale, they can come back to the mat. And then you can rock your head from side to side to begin to gently massage the back of the head on the mat, noticing the sensations in your neck. And then finding stillness at your own pace. And then as you inhale through the nose, through the chest, can you feel the ribs expand and the belly rise? On the inhale, maybe placing a hand on the belly, noticing the air filling up. And then as you exhale, allowing the body to release, noticing the fall of the belly, maybe extending your exhale. Inhaling through the nose, into the chest, into the belly. And exhale, allowing the body to let go and release of whatever it is comfortable releasing. One more time, inhaling through the nose, through the chest, into the belly, expanding the ribs, noticing the rise of the belly. And then as you exhale, releasing, allowing the body to let go. Taking one more scan of the body from the tips of the toes to the top of the head. And if you want to start to link your breath with your movement, bringing the arms up and overhead, extending long through the fingers, through the toes on the inhale. And then on the exhale, allowing the body to release, the arms fall by the sides. Inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. Arms are by your ears, imagining that there's an invisible string pulling the fingers and the toes, very gently elongating the spine. And then exhale, releasing the arms by your side. One more time, inhaling, reaching long. Maybe reaching longer through one arm. And then the other. And exhale, allowing the body to release, the arms come by your side. And before we begin more movement in our practice, perhaps setting an intention, maybe a mantra, or something to ground you. I offer you an option if it serves you, and if not, you can set it aside. As your mind starts to wander and coming back to the breath, with each inhale, I am here, I am present, I am breath. And exhale, I am here. I am present. I am breath. Knowing that this is your body and your practice. So making choices that serve you throughout our postures, throughout our practice. So if you have a block or anything like books or anything that can allow you to place them under the hips, placing the block under the hips, scooch over so you can see me a little more, and extending the legs long. You can also just do this lying flat on your back. So you don't have to have the block, but if you do, bringing the block under the hips and then extending the legs long. You can always bend the knees if extending the leg long feels too much. But if the legs are extended, grounding the left heel into the mat to firmly plant the left hip, we're going to bring our right knee into our chest. And just notice the stretch wherever you feel it. Again, a reminder, you can always move in and out more quickly if it's too much to hold. And then as you exhale, releasing the right leg long, taking an inhale. And on the exhale, bringing the left knee into the chest. Again, you can do this with the block or flat on your back. Just finding some stretch in the hips and the inner thighs. And then extending the left leg long. We're going to do 2 more rounds of pulling the right knee into the chest. Just noticing the sensations that you have in the body, using your breath to support you. Exhale, extending the right leg long. Bringing the left knee into the chest, finding a stretch here. And then exhale, releasing the leg, letting go. One last time, pulling the right knee into the chest, keeping the left heel rooted into the mat to ground the left hip. And then extending the right leg long. And then left side, pulling the left knee into the chest, planting the right heel into the mat, grounding the right hip. And then exhale, releasing the leg. Planting your feet into the mat, gently lifting the hips, removing the block if you're not lying flat on your back. Hugging the knees into the chest for Uttanasana. You can make circles with the hips, massaging the lower back into the mat. And if you're making circles, maybe switching directions. And then planting the feet back on the mat. And then rolling to one side, using your hands just to come into a seated posture. So any seated posture is fine. You can cross the shins, maybe wiggle through the sit bones. On the inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. And on the exhale, hands come by our sides. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead, maybe looking up. And exhale, hands come by the side. One more time, inhale, reaching up, maybe looking up. And then wrapping your right arm under the left, giving yourself a hug. Just start to find movement in the neck, maybe looking from side to side. Or bring one ear to one shoulder. And then the other. And on your next inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. This time our left arm is going to come under the right, giving yourself a hug. Maybe this is a more awkward hug. This side always is for me. Looking side to side, bringing one ear to one shoulder and then the other. Being gentle in your movements with your neck, protecting the cervical spine. And then reaching the arms up and overhead on your inhale. We're going to bring our right arm down, reaching the left arm up and over as we bend into the right elbow. And you can look past the left armpit, finding the stretch on the side body. And then coming back to center. And then bending into the left arm, reaching the right arm up and overhead, feeling the stretch in the right side body. And then coming back to center. Switching sides, left arm up and overhead, bending into the right arm, maybe looking past the left armpit. Coming back to center. And then on the other side, reaching the right arm up, over, bending into the left elbow, maybe looking past the right armpit. And coming back to center. One more time, knowing that we don't move our bodies often laterally in this way. So just noticing the stretch, being compassionate with your body, backing off from any pain or discomfort. And then coming back to center. So from here, coming onto all fours. So two options. You can have your big toes touch and your knees wide on the mat, walking the hands forward, or for extended child's pose, or the knees together and walking the arms out in front of you. If you need or want a bolster in front of you, you can reach and allow your body to rest on the bolster if you have it looking one direction or the other. Or if you have blocks, you can reach for the blocks. And if it's too much under the hips, placing a blanket or something, a block underneath you to support you if you're really tight in the hips. So find your options, play with your options, and then coming into your version of child's pose. So as you extend long through the arms, breathing through the body, allowing your forehead to settle wherever it is, or the side of your head if you've turned your head. Allowing your breath to support you. As you inhale, noticing your inhale, filling the body up. And as you exhale, simply noticing your exhale. Again, you can come dynamically in and out of this pose if it's too much. Maybe coming up and then back if needed. Can you bring your awareness to any points of the body that need the breath? Breathing fully into that space. And as you exhale, allowing the body to release, to let go. And if you're flat on the mat and you want an option for the shoulders, you can simply walk the hands over to the right, and you'll feel the stretch down the left side of the body. Using your breath to support you wherever you are. If you've walked your hands to the right, coming back to center, and then simply bringing them over to the left, finding a stretch down the right side of the body. As you inhale, simply noticing your inhale. And as you exhale, noticing your exhale. Coming back to center if you've walked the arms in one direction or the other. And when you're ready, as slowly as you can, coming up, pressing the palms into the mat, lifting the body up. So similar options with the blocks or the bolsters, and you can either start on all fours if this is an easier way to get in the posture, or you could start from traditional child's pose. We're going to bring the right foot out, and the right knee is going to be in line with the right foot, and then sitting back on the heel. So if you want to start from child's pose and bring the leg out, or if you want to start from all fours, lining up the right foot with the left knee, and then sitting back onto the left heel. And then again, reaching long on the floor or for your bolster. If this is too much, you can come in and out. So just coming back, maybe bringing the knee back, and then coming back out. So if the right leg is extended, you'll feel the stretch down the inner thigh, maybe through the hip. Inhaling space to the body, maybe inhaling to the spaces where there might feel like there's gripping or a holding. And as you exhale, can you imagine the stress, tension slowly melting away from the body? And on your next exhale, pressing yourself back up, bringing yourself into a child's pose, allowing the body to neutralize for a moment. And then same options, you can either start on all fours and then extend the left leg out in line with the right knee and then sit back on the right heel, or you can come into child's pose and then just extend the leg out, whatever is easier for you to enter the posture. And then you can reach forward, allowing the body to settle. And if you can't come all the way down, that's okay. You can be in whatever position you need to feel the stretch, even if that's more extended up or extended long or on your prop. Taking full inhales and full exhales. And on your next exhale, pushing yourself up, bringing your left leg in, coming into a quick child's pose. And then coming on to all fours. So our wrists are going to be stacked under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. So first noticing your fingers, maybe kind of like a cat clawing. Can you engage the fingertips to evenly distribute the weight in your hands so you're not dumping into your wrists? And then from here, we're going to tilt the pelvis, lift the head, coming into cow pose. And on the exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, looking towards the back of your mat or towards your toes, coming into cat. Inhale, coming into cow pose, looking up, the pelvis tilts. And then exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, looking towards the feet. One more round with your own breath at your own pace. And then coming to a neutral spine. If you want to use your bolster, if you have your bolster, I'm going to show you first without. So coming to lay flat on our stomachs. I'm going to have my elbows planted into the mat. We're coming into Sphinx. So the arms are at 90 degrees. So you can either be here, rest your head on a block, or if you want to use a bolster, if that's available to you, you can bring your arms over the bolster. And then elbows are here and same options. The head can rest on the block. So you're going to feel the stretch likely in your low back. So setting yourself up. Again, you can always move dynamically, coming back into child's pose, or just laying flat on your stomach at any point. And maybe as you inhale, inhaling something into the body that you need in this moment, or outside of the room you're in. Maybe maybe that's a sense of peace. Or compassion for yourself, for others. Maybe that's simply just to notice the breath. And then as you exhale, energetically, physically, or on some spiritual level, what can you let go of? What can you loosen your grip on? Full inhales and full exhale. If you have room in the low back, you can bend your knees, find a stretch, but avoid any pinching or pushing past what you need. And on your next exhale, if your knees are bent, extending them long, coming to lie completely flat on your stomach. You can use your hands as a pillow. And then to neutralize the lower back, I'm just going to bring the right knee up to the right armpit as we lay flat on our stomachs. So it doesn't have to be really high up. It can just be a slight bend to a degree that's comfortable for you and your body. And then bringing your right leg behind you, bringing the left knee up to the left armpit. And then extending the left leg long, lying flat on your stomach. And using your hands to press yourself up. You can take some rounds of cat and cow if you need to. And then either using your blocks, I'm going to show you with the pose without any props. So coming into garland pose, we're going to have the feet wide, bending here is one place, but for a more yin-like posture, either on your bolster or on a block, you're going to set yourself down, placing the elbows between the knees, pushing the knees out. If you cannot get in this posture, you can raise the floor higher to you with more props or blocks. You can also lean forward more. So wherever you are, Malasana or garland pose. So the feet are wide, the toes can point out. And sit on your block. You can use more than one block. You can use a large bolster and sit on that. And close your eyes or softly gaze, or they can remain open. And even if you're a bit forward, imagine that there was a string at the top of your head or a beam of light, elongating your spine. And then as you exhale, allow your body to release into the posture wherever you are. Again, if you need to come in and out, you would simply bring the knees together for a moment. Take a posture that suits you in this moment. It does not have to be this one. Taking full inhales through the chest into the belly, and full exhales, releasing, letting go. Taking a few more cycles of breath here. On your next exhale, bringing your legs together, removing your block. You can extend your legs out, or you can bend your knees, rocking the knees from side to side, releasing from the stretch. You can come into a reverse tabletop, so planting the feet, the fingers point towards the feet, lifting the hips. And then coming back to seated when you're ready. So for this pose, if you need a bolster, you can use a large pillow. Or if you have blocks and a bolster, and you want to set yourself up, you can prop your bolster on top of your blocks to make sort of like a tower for you, you will. And then bending through the knees. For some people, this is too much. So if that's too much, extend the left leg in front of you and just bend the right knee, and then come to lie back on your bolster or on pillows or wherever you are. If you want more, you can bend both knees and you can just come onto your blocks. Or all the way to the floor if you have the flexibility. So for hero's pose, wherever you are, I'm going to demo with my bolster for you, because many people need that in this pose. So again, the left leg can be longer and both knees can be bent. And then reclining back, you can have your hands by your side, or arms can come up and overhead for more of a shoulder stretch. And you can grab opposite forearms, elbows. Just noticing the stretch through the low back, through the hips. If this is too much, just coming up, coming dynamically in and out. Allowing your breath to support you. As you inhale, taking into the body something that you need or into the mind. And as you exhale, allowing the body to release, to let go. It doesn't have to let go all the way. What is available to let go of? If you have your left leg extended long, coming back up and switching legs. So the right leg would come out long, the left knee would bend. One more cycle of breath. Full inhale and full exhale. Pressing through the forearms, leading with the heart, slowly as you can, coming up. Then extending the legs long in front of you, maybe shaking them out or bending the knees. Again, rocking the knees from side to side. And then when you come to the right side, allowing the knees to drop. So I have sort of a V shape of both knees. We're going to come into deer pose. You can do this with a bolster or without. Walking the hands to the right, wherever you feel the stretch. So it doesn't have to be all the way over, wherever you feel it. And then either staying there, coming down to the forearms or on your bolster. So your bolster could be right here. And then as you find the twist, reclining here. You don't have a bolster, not a problem. It could just be all the way up or on the forearms. If you have a lot of room in the body and you're not feeling the stretch, you can walk the hands more to the right. Allowing your breath to support you here. Can you be kind to yourself in the messages that enter the mind? Wherever you are is perfectly fine. Taking one more cycle of breath here. Full inhale and full exhale. And then walking yourself to your hands slowly as you can, coming back to center. And again, we're going to plant the feet, rock the knees from side to side. And the next time your knees land to your left, so again, I have like a V shape. My left foot comes to the top of my right thigh, and my right knee is also bent. And then walking the hands over to a degree that feels comfortable, but where you feel a nice stretch. And then coming down on your bolster or forearms, blankets, whatever you have. If you need more, you can walk further over. Taking full inhales and full exhales. Maybe just noticing where you feel a stretch or any sensation, or perhaps nothing at all. Just using this as information, breathing into any space where you might feel a sense of holding. Allowing the body to relax, to let go. Taking one more cycle of breath here. Coming back to your hands slowly as you can, unwinding. And then rocking your knees from side to side. And you can have a block nearby and a strap or a towel if you have it and you would like to use it, is somewhere near you. And then coming to lie on your back. You don't have to have a prop. I will cue both. So our feet are planted into the mat, and then my middle finger is going to touch the back of my heel. And then from there, I can just stay here if I don't have any props. Or if you want, you can lift the hips, placing the block, sort of like we started, under the hips. And then settling in for supported bridge. If you don't have a block, you can move dynamically in and out of bridge, or if you don't want to use a block. Or you can hold bridge. Play with your options. You can choose one and then change it. The shoulders are planted firmly into the mat. The back of the head supported by the floor beneath you. Maybe you close your eyes and breathe. Inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Taking one more cycle of breath here. And when you're ready, lifting your hips, removing your block, coming to lie flat on your mat. You can also lay on a bolster. That's more comfortable. And then if you want to use a strap, grabbing your strap. If not, you're just going to use your hand and pull your shin. I'll show you both. So pulling the right knee into the chest, you just do the rotation from pulling the shin rather than using the strap. So same motion, but pulling on the shin. So pulling the knee into the chest, if you have your strap or towel or whatever you want to use, placing it around your right foot, and then grounding the left heel into the mat. We're going to pull the toes to the top of the head. Feel the stretch in the hamstring, most likely. And then as we inhale, we're going to externally rotate the hip, bringing the right foot to the right. And then as you exhale, bringing the foot to center and then maybe crossing the midline. And keep your shoulders planted firmly into the mat. You can also take happy baby and just do happy baby from here if you don't want to do this as well. So then as you inhale, again, externally rotating the hip. It doesn't have to go far out, just where you feel a nice sensation of stretch. And then as you exhale, pulling the foot back to center, maybe crossing the midline, internally rotating. And then one more time, coming out, external rotation. And then exhale, foot comes back to center. It can come past the midline. You can always bend the knee if you need. And back to center. And then just switching your feet. Extending the right leg long, planting the heel on the mat. Keeping the shoulders grounded into the mat. Pulling the left foot towards the top of the head. And then externally rotating, bringing the foot out to the left. Exhaling back to center, maybe crossing the midline, internally rotating. And then again, exhale, bringing the foot to the left. Taking an inhale here. Coming back to center, internal rotation, pulling the knee past the leg past the belly button if that is okay, internally rotating. And then one last time, coming back out. And then coming back to center, maybe crossing past the midline. And then releasing the foot, hugging the knees into the chest, and roll your lower back into the mat. Making circles. And then bringing the soles of the feet together. And you can have something underneath, but we're going to come into Shavasana. You can also find your relaxation posture here. So the soles of the feet are together. Supta Baddha Konasana on your back. And you can play with the feet. So the feet can come further away from the body that feels better or closer to the body. Hand placement, again, is up to you. Just noticing the inner thighs and the hips. Taking one cycle of breath here. And again, you can stay resting in this posture, extend the legs long, coming into final Shavasana. And remembering that rest doesn't always look the same. So sometimes it looks like movement. Sometimes it looks like stillness. Finding a place that you can experience rest. Palms can be facing up or down, be on the body. Some people like to place a hand over the heart, right hand over the heart, left hand over the right. So allowing the weight of gravity to pull you further into your space wherever you are. Scanning the body. And allowing your mind to rest and your body to rest. I offer you a loving kindness meditation in closing. And if it serves you, I invite you to use it towards yourself. And then if you want, towards others, or set it aside if it doesn't fit. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I love and be loved. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I love and be loved. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you love and be loved. And if you're ready for gentle movement, wiggling the toes, maybe rolling out the wrists, wiggling the fingers, rocking the head from side to side. You can also stay in Shavasana and rest. I honor the place within you in which the whole universe dwells. I honor the place that is of light and of love and of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, for trusting me to guide you in movement and healing. I never take it for granted, not one moment. The light in me bows to the light in all of you.
Thank you so much, Mary, for guiding us in that practice and sharing your soul with us as well. If anyone has any questions for Mary, you're more than welcome to go ahead and put them in the chat, and we can pump through them in the Q&A. If not, this video will be recorded and sent out to everyone, so you can come back to this practice if you wish. And for those that are watching on YouTube or going to be watching on YouTube, I will go ahead and have all the information for Mary in the description as well. And for those are on this Zoom call with us, I'll go ahead and in the email include all of Mary's information. So if anyone is local here in the LA area, you can go ahead and check out her practice.
And I also do some Zoom, so also keep your eye out for Zoom classes.
All right. I think we'll go ahead and call it. So again, thank you so much. If anyone does have any last minute questions, I will go ahead and include, is it okay if I include your contact information in an email for everyone?
Of course.
I'll go ahead and include that. So if anyone does have any questions there, they can go ahead and contact me directly.
Perfect.
Thank you, everyone, and everyone enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.